I am back. I think that we're gonna keep on the Pathfinder stuff, or like we're gonna switch to working on stuff in Foundry. Kind of getting Foundry ready for when we switch over after this arc. That's coming up pretty quick, right? So we're gonna stick with that because there's no way I'm gonna catch up to Core in Persona 5 anyway by like tomorrow. So I think we'll do that. And then the mission on Thursday will be to finish the dungeon and kind of catch up to Core, get past Core a little bit. I know Core wanted P5R, but like the Core wants P5R so I can catch up and watch Core's P5R streams. That's why Core wants P5R, other than just desiring that I make progress. But like I need more than the amount of time I have today to catch up to Core anyway. Like 3 hours aren't gonna do it probably. So we'll just wait until we'll do like a course streaming Danganronpa on Friday. So I think the plan is like Thursday we'll stream P5R, and then Saturday we'll probably stream P5R again, and then next time Core's P5R stream comes around, we'll be ready. So we'll do that. Oh, I'm gonna take that in a flattering way, Looney. I'm glad that you are enjoying the music. My selection of semi-chill video game soundtracks. And also, I hope the exam studying is going well. Are you, I mean, I imagine a lot of your stuff, if it wasn't already online, has switched to online? Has that been the case? And how's that switch gone? If it's been a switch at all. This was a very jumbled question. So let's pull up Forge VTT. Let's like launch the table. Messy? Oh, I bet that is the case for a lot of places right now. Let's edit the stream info here. Getting Foundry ready for how do you say this? Getting Foundry ready for our group's transition? I don't know, I guess, after this arc. Journal cleanup, pins, etc. Actual play session tomorrow. And then we'll pop campaign info on the end there again. Oh. Hello, Dallas. I don't tell them shit about you. Okay. Alright. Hello, Dallas friends. You've given me a lot of power, Dallas. But alright. Alright. Oh, you just ended your own session? Gotcha. How'd that go? Oh, is this the Pathfinder group? Foundry, please. Foundry load, please. There we go. Gotcha. How does said streamer act with that comment? If it were me, I just share everything. It is tempting, as always. What the? All right, Forge. Just give me the tabletop. I saw an email that I'm like all right. So brief intro. This is Foundry VTT, the virtual tabletop that we're moving to after this this arc of story in our Pathfinder campaign. And we'll be I literally just said we'll be transitioning over. We'll be leaving Roll20 and moving to this because some of my players really, really like this tabletop better. Don't look at this. This isn't a pirated map, I promise. I need to delete a bunch of the stuff, a bunch of the maps that I grabbed from Roll20. So yeah, we'll be converting to this. Just need to do some work on it to jump over. I'm using a service called Forge VTT that hosts a private server instance of Foundry VTT, which is like desktop software. So this way, you know, my players can connect and modify their character sheets and everything anytime they want. They don't need me to be online to do that. So that is the benefit of the private server situation. I also don't have to deal with things like port forwarding, because that's a nightmare. And I'm a little sad anytime like port forwarding and like, I don't know. I don't want to deal with it. Let's put it that way. Games have spoiled me. You don't need port forwarding for damn any game anymore. Are the cells expandable on the map? They are not. That would be baller. I've been half tempted to just code up like a hex map software where you can like load in a background image and then each cell is just part of a big old, you know, like basically you could click here and it'll bring up the info about this cell and it'll give you like landmarks from the surrounding cells. I have dreams about what a hex map could be. And nothing quite gets there. Can we get a stream live of you doing that? Probably. I'm not as good a coder as some of these people who are like, I'm just gonna stream myself building a game or like software or whatever. But we could do that. One moment. Yeah, I'd probably like try to build it in like Node or something. Like that way I could like just pop it into a web application at some point if I wanted. I feel like that would kind of be the way to go. Like this. That's what Foundry did. It's very inspiring. Anyway. One thing that concerns me a little bit about Foundry is that none of the recent chat logs are like... Can I just clear chat log? None of our recent like tests and stuff are sticking around in the chat log. So just like my tests from literally ages ago are the only things getting put in the chat log. So that concerns me. I would like the chat log to stay between sessions, so I need to figure out why that's happening. See if I turned on a setting that like stops it from saving chat logs. But yeah, it would be kick-ass if Foundry had like expandable cells or anything. There is I guess some software called Project Dios that is kind of doing that. You probably wouldn't be able to put an expandable cell everywhere there's a hex. It would probably bog it down, but you can put down like a journal pin and it would like, you can double click on it and then it turns into like a local map, and then that can have like dungeon maps, or like you can just zoom in again and pull up like a temple or like a dungeon. It's very neat. I recommend checking out Project Dios. Yeah, for landmarks. Yeah. So like, you know, on this kind of map, I would have one for Eden. Pulls up this like Eden district map. Oh. I wonder if I could just do that in Foundry. That would be sick. I was talking to Moto about this, but you can make a link to basically everything in Foundry. So like, I don't know. Let's open a journal and I'll show you what I mean. Just like, if you're in a journal, you can just drag whatever you want in here, and it's gonna like make a link to it, right? So like you can link another journal entry. You can link a character. Let's just link the adult golden dragon, shall we? Oops. You can link macros if you want to. but that's just going to open the settings page. The same thing for linking like a map. I said the same thing for linking like a map. Oh, you son of a gun. It worked! I did it! Days ago. Alright, let's do it in here. There. I swear it worked. Coming from up here. I swear it did it. Anyway. Is Foundry open source? So it's not, no. It's not open source. It is... The code is exposed because it's like a Node.js app, and like I think you can look through the, I think you can look through their GitHub and everything, but it's not under an open source license, so you can't go in and like use the code for other things. That would be illegal. But you can go in and see like how he's coded things, and then you can go in and make like your own JavaScript modules for Foundry with that, and that's totally fine. So like if you're building on Foundry's baseline to make new stuff for Foundry, that's cool. So yeah, we save that journal. Now you have links to other stuff. You click a journal entry, it brings up the journal entry. That's neat. You click the character entry, it brings up the character sheet. That's neat. You click on the scene, and it brings up the scene configuration. So that's a little sad. Ideally, it would be very cool if I could... There's a concept of like ownership in a journal. Like, I can make it so my players don't have actual access to this. They can only have limited access, which means it doesn't appear in their journal entries directly, but they can still access it in a link like this. So like if you have limited access, you click a link, it'll still show up for you. So you can like make a pin that shows like the loot that the players can grab if they walk into line of sight of it, and it won't show up in their journal, it'll just show up on the map, they can click it, they can see it. It would be cool if the kind of same thing could happen for scenes. So like, I don't give them access to the Eden District scene, but they have a pin on Eden that opens it up for them. That would be very neat. And I think that's a thing that's codable. I just don't, off the top of my head, know how to code it. I don't know what that would look like, so I would need to do research into that. And it would probably not be a link like that. It would probably have to be, it's like a custom, like, you know, instead of this link to the scene, I would have a custom button that has the scene ID and then like talks to the scene renderer and like pulls it up. But there's like a permission issue there too. I don't know if I can like hack in more permission levels. Yeah, the pin on the map would be like the journal dialogue, and let's just put that down so you can see what that looks like. Like, I think you just... Yeah. I don't know if it... Yeah, so you like if you drag a journal entry out, it looks like this. It's a little book, and like it gives you the name and like all the information that it'll show on here. And then like the player goes to click on it, it'll open this entry. So the idea is it would function the same way. You double click on Eden here, and it would just pop up Eden Districts. Interesting that this is how the grid works in a kind of funky way for the... Maybe it's just not gridded. Yeah, it's just not gridded, and it's fine. It's like putting it on the corners here instead of, like, in the middle. Whereas, like, party tokens, you know, actual tokens go on the hexes appropriately. So that's interesting. Anyway. So let's, speaking of journal entries, we can, like, plop down some district stuff for Eden. Show, like, what they can, you know, what exists in certain locations. Oh, not new. Yeah, let's delete this. Can I, like, hold on. No. Okay, sorry. Let's see. So there's, like, some bounties and contracts. That's what I'm, yeah. And maybe I'll need to bring up Chronica. I think that has my other stuff. So the bounty board, that was at... Yeah, that was in the Brass Starters, like, guild hall. So we're just gonna, like, co-opt some of these contracts things, and we're gonna make them the journal entries on, like, what is available in the different sections here. So let's see, the gatehouse was definitely over here. Yeah. Text anchor point bottom, sure. Oh, let's see. I don't think I need to give it a separate name. It's just going to be like an info point that sits underneath here, like under the wide stacks, and it'll be obvious that it's the wide stacks facilities. Entry icon book. What are the other? Oh, it's not going to show me the other icons. Hanging sign. Yeah. That'll work. That'll work. Oh, I think I understand. Oh, double right-click brings up the settings. That's interesting. Convenient. Just, like, not what I would assume. I guess it is what I assumed. I just tried it. But... facilities. So let's see. This shouldn't show up until I hover over it. Yeah. Yeah, neat. X position, Y position, icon size, font size. Is it 1224, like 36? Yeah. Text anchor point bottom, yep. That's a little nicer. Let's make it 24. Okay, neat. That's neat, okay. Now let's double click and let's modify this a little bit. Right. Okay. I kind of forgot what I wrote in some of these contracts. Sorry this isn't, like, zoomed in more. I don't think if I... Yeah, I don't think I can, like, zoom in on this text at all. Okay. Let's get the Roll21 up. I think it's in... I think it's somewhere else where, like, the different facilities... Oh, no, Eden facilities. Okay. This is what I want to hack apart a little bit. Let's see. Antler Anvil. Yeah, this is going to be in there. Largest in the city. Yeah, okay. Is this in here somewhere? Yeah, Eden facilities. Okay, neat. Do I benefit from actually splitting this up? Is the verisimilitude of having, like, a different sign that shows you what's available in each district, does that outweigh the benefits of having all the facilities listed in one place? I might be being a little too enticed by Foundry's features. there a cost for the players to move in the city? Not really. Time, technically, but like it's not strict. It's like if you're going from Clocktown to the Wide Stacks, you probably spend an hour doing that. But it would be pretty hard for the players to rack up enough time running around the city to like end a day. So I kind of think it's better to just leave it all lumped together. I can technically... well, I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to my players about it, see what they like better. Maybe I'll just put down editable journals in each location and let them, like, take notes. If they even... yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just too excited about journal pins. I don't think I actually need to use them in Eden right now. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I was actually also wrong about which side the gatehouse was at. My bad. How did I know? Did I mess that up? Sorry, just thinking back to a different, a prior session where, like... they definitely initially, in like the first session, the players came in the west gate. And I had them go back. Yeah, I'm just gonna change this description. My description here is wrong. I think Lilting Lawman is the one I wanted in the north, and the gatehouse is in the west gate. Oh. Swoongi, what class is your Twitch handle? That's a good question. Swoongi. Is the G hard, or is it swoongy, or is it swoongi? I might actually need to pull up like the class list. That's not a G is not hard. Okay. This isn't as obvious as a lot of the ones we get, you know? Let's just look at the base classes. Oh, you know what? You might be an alchemist. You might be the first alchemist. Swoongi is giving me alchemist vibes for sure. That's good. I'm glad you feel special. Yeah, I think you make the bombs in those, like, you know, those utility potions. Passing out the brews to keep people alive and invisible. Yeah. You'd be surprised how many Twitch handles sound like rogues. There's a whole lot. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with Alchemist. On the Lower East Side, yeah, that's in Clocktown. Oh. Game Master me an intro. PogChamp round 2. Alright. Okay, well. I was just about to edit the Cavil and Caveat, the high-end tavern in Eden. So let me read what my own channel points thing says. Yes. Okay. Okay. Alright. So chat. We are hanging out in a Cavil and Caveat, the highest quality bar in Eden. Sipping it, probably some expensive wines. Having some expensive cheese, just overpaying for everything, really. And, we're just hanging out. And this... we see a human in a, large, kind of a bulky coat wearing a backpack. He walks in, and, he just walks up and talks to the bartender. Bartender says, "What'll you have?" And Swungy, he says, "You know, I'm having a pretty pog day. It's been a pretty pog day. Popping off in Valorant. Met some new friends in Twitch chat. How about a round of your finest for the whole bar?" And, he just turns around and he, throws his arms wide. He's like, "How does that sound, bar? Cavil and Caveat, you fine patrons of this wonderful establishment." Cheese and pog. I like where this is going. Yeah. The Swungy likes to make sure everyone's having a damn good time and everyone's feeling the hype. And there's a good bard playing on stage. There's a good mood in here, and he just wants to bring up the hype. So yeah, he raises his arms and he's like, "How does that sound?" And everyone cheers. They're like, "Yeah," they raise their mugs. And yeah. Swungy turns back to the bar. Feeling the love spread through the Cavil and Caveat as one of the nearby patrons walks by and slaps him on the shoulder. A couple people cheer for him. What is the alchemist celebrating? Life, I think. Just life and having a good time. High-end in. Yeah, near the clock tower and clock town. Oh. Hello, Sambert. Thank you for redeeming a Tower of the Moon for Swungy. All right. Celebrating life. This character is the man I aspire to be. Swungy, would you like to accept this this Tower of the Moon RP? So I don't know if you've been here for an adventure that we've played. Are viewers allowed to join? Not usually. It's usually dedicated to the person who redeems the points. We can pull in some ideas from the viewers on occasion. And it's usually a one-on-one thing, but it kind of depends on who's redeeming, and if if people want to throw in their points at the same time, that's fine. We've never done one yet, so I haven't figured out the particulars. But it'll be a thing we experiment with, but I'm not quite ready for it right now, I would say. Well, thank you for your interest, Kingpin. All right, so Swungy, we've done some adventures here. Basically, it's like a kind of light D&D adventure, just a back and forth one-on-one thing where I describe a situation. Do I have my commands? What is it? What do I have it under? I need to like go back to my page so I can see it. But like I describe a situation. I tell you, I ask you how you want to deal with it. You tell me how you'd like to deal with it, and then I have you roll based on stats that you roll. So if you would like to participate in that, if you want to do that, that's totally fine. If you're not feeling it right now, also totally fine. I can refund Sambert's points. I can't, unfortunately, refund Looney's points for the reroll. You accept? Cool. All right, yeah. So if you can start by doing ! stat roll in chat, it will give you your stats that we will use for this adventure, and then I will record those. Oh my god, I paused. Okay, yeah, just delayed pause, that's fine. You are smart for sure. You're fairly dexterous, fairly wise, and a lot of constitution. So if you need to bear the brunt of something, that'll help you out there too. So yeah, I will record those right here. One day I will figure out directions. We'll get those recorded in here. Let's get these capitalizations right, am I right? So strength is 8, dex is 12, con is 14. Oops. What'd I do? Wisdom is 13, int is 15, charisma is 5. Talking your way through things is going to be a tough thing for you, I would say. Let me just, where do I have it? Adventures. Wow, that's a big old thing. There's like a thing describing adventures down below. And yeah, you have there's about like 3 serious failures will result in the adventure ending in failure, although we'll try to find a narratively interesting place to end it. At about 10 successes in is when you like win the adventure for the most part. It like there's a lot of variance here depending on the narrative and what's going on, but that's kind of what I shoot for. And also I don't count at all. So I'm sure some of these have gone for like 20 successes and others have gone for like probably not less than 10. It's probably usually 10 or more. And yeah. All challenges are rolled by you, so if someone's attacking you, you're either going to roll like dex to avoid it or like for constitution to like bear the attack without, going down. And yeah, when I ask you to make a roll, it'll just be ! Roll. It'll roll 2d6 and print the results. And if you want to put your mod in, if you know what it is, your modifier, like if you want to roll intelligence, you have a 15, that's a mod of +2, so you can do ! Roll 2. But if you don't want to do that, you can just do roll and I'll math it out myself. I am pretty quick at that. Yeah, I think that's it. So, I'm, now that we've described our way into the campaign, I'm going to take like another real quick break. Wait, this feels so pog? I'm glad, I think I'm glad you think so. I'm going to take just a real quick break to go to the bathroom, so I don't have to do it in the middle of your session. So I will be right back. Let's keep this. Hopefully Octopath stays hype for a minute. I'll be fast. Thank you for the sub, Cam. Also, I am back. Alright, so. Now we are just starting. I took a break to go to the bathroom so it didn't, like, interrupt everything. I'm gonna finish off the last of my coffee here, so. And once again, I could have used the time in the bathroom upstairs to think of an intro scenario, but I did not, so we're just gonna come up with an intro scenario on the fly. Tower of the Moon is the more streamlined version, and the like custom adventure is whatever it's called. The GM adventure is like a more custom thing where you lay out your own objectives. So this is like got a set situation, a set objective that you're going for. No, not yet. Oh yeah, okay. I did not. I forgot what it was. Hold on. I'm really bad at remembering my own commands, so I just like went to my page and read the adventures thing like below the stream. Oh yeah, okay. TOTM, Tower of the Moon. Okay, neat. All right. I need I should like write a sticky note of my important stuff. Right, the 3 mundane items. That's great. Okay. I forgot to mention that. You have 3 mundane items that'll basically give you a bonus on your rolls or help you like get through a situation. So like you have a bag filled with your foresight of tools that you can use to get through your adventure. You also have a trusty weapon by default, and yeah, that kind of makes up for all of the tools that you have. So yeah. All right. So you find yourself in the land of dead gods, on your way to the Tower of the Moon. You've heard tell that this tower, once you ascend to the top, will grant one wish, one piece of knowledge. Often people will go there to, you know, have something given to them that they feel their life is missing, or to have the tower solve some problem that that ails them. Many have tried to adventure to this tower, but none have succeeded. Every time someone does succeed, this tower mysteriously vanishes, appears at a different location. This time, I will wish for a waifu to actually look me back. Dang. Fair. I feel like a lot of adventurers approach the tower with that wish. This time, the tower has appeared. The tower has appeared in a town. In a town, a bustling town, perhaps known as Eden, but we will leave it. It's a bustling town. In the center of this town, the town has kind of been built up around the tower, let's say. And so you've arrived at this town. It has been, like, many people have tried to get into the tower, but they are unsuccessful. So it's mostly been left alone recently. But you are a very intelligent alchemist, assuming that if your intro class still sticks around, you feel free to change it. Wizard would also be a very intelligent person. You think you can figure it out. You think you can figure out how to get inside. So, yeah. So you've arrived in town. You've just arrived, just walked through the bustling gates, and you see the Tower of the Moon standing in the center of the city. And what would you like to do? Would you like to, say, just approach the tower directly? Do you want to do some research? How are you approaching this? And you don't have to follow any of my suggestions. They're just, I give out a couple suggestions when I know someone hasn't done too many like role-playing games in the past, just to give them some ideas, but that's not like your list of options. You can do whatever you want. You think you do research? Sure. Okay, so I think you can ask about town. You can read some books, figure out what the state of the tower has been. Go ahead and give me a roll with your intelligence. It's a bonus of 2, but I can add that. Solid 12. Can't roll much better than that. So you find out. You find out that it's not a case that no one has gotten inside. It is the case that of the people who've gotten inside, many have not returned. It is assumed that they were not successful, as the tower has not moved to a different location. The tower is still present in town. So apparently, it is dangerous inside. But people have gotten in, so that's good, question mark? It's not impossible to enter. You also learn that... I think you also learn that there's, like... people have a stake in this tower. There are people who want to get in and take the wish for themselves. And to that effect, some folks run into difficulty entering the tower that have nothing to do with actually getting into the tower, like opening the doors. Like some people have been beset by thugs, or they go to open the tower and they never, like, people say that they never arrive, where they are, you know. People will just find a stain of blood upon the stairs of the tower. So yeah. So with that information, what would you like to do? I would say you can figure out with that roll, that 12, that now that you've been asking around, you're probably going to run into some trouble before entering. Doesn't take too much to figure that out. River Fairy Apothecary. What's guarding the gate door? So, like, nothing seems to be guarding it from the outside. It just seems to be that, like, thugs are keeping an eye on it, basically. So I guess thugs. Thugs might be the answer to that question. They're not, you know... Nothing related to the tower itself is guarding the outside. Good question. Do I reason with said thugs or slip past them? These are both options. Your stats may suggest that one course of action will be trickier than the others. Furnace in the background is picking up a lot of sound on that. Yeah, anyway. Can you reason with them? Okay. Yeah, so, like, I think you... So you want to reason with the thugs directly? Sure, yeah. I don't think it's too hard. I don't think it's too hard to find them. They're, like, hanging around the tower, being intimidating. Can you hire someone to take them out? That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think you have a ton of your own wealth right now, so I'm gonna say it's gonna take 2 of the 3, like, mundane items you have to do that. But you can, yes. Or you'll take 2 of them if you spend, like, 2 uses of your bag, 2 mundane items. You'll just get a success. You'll hire some people to go, like, take out the thugs. You can, like... If you just take 1 of the items out of your bag, like, sell 1 of the items for some money, basically, then you can fight with someone and get advantage on taking out the thugs. Like, you'll fight better So those, I'll give you those two options. So like, 1 item, better chance for success. 2 items, you could just get rid of them. Yeah, charisma is 5. So reasoning with them, you'll have some trouble. But you're welcome to try. You're welcome to try. Yeah, you can just slip past them. So like you hang out. I think you scout it out a little bit. You see their patrol pattern, and you can, yeah, you can roll dexterity to slip past them unnoticed, which will just be a bonus of 1. And to like try to get to the doors without them seeing you. Also, I guess keep in mind, Looney bought you a reroll. I'm assuming that he bought you the reroll. So if you fail a roll at any point, feel free to just declare that you're going to reroll it, and you'll get another chance. Let's see. It is pretty PogChamp. I do agree. No problem. You actually roll perfectly. So you just get there unnoticed, and you're like, you get to the door, you'll be able to investigate it without being seen. You're fine. They're not going to see you at all tonight. So, yeah. You watch their patrol leave, you sneak up to the door, and now you have plenty of time to check it out. And as you arrive, I don't know how closely you look at the door, but there's like an embossed design of like, I think, kind of there's like 3 figures with swords raised, and then on the other side there's like another figure who's like kind of made the motion of like throwing something on the ground. Like you see their hands downward, and like their hand is open, like they've released something, and a cracked vial on the ground, and like a little puff of smoke rising from the ground. So yeah, now you're at the door. What would you like to do? Inspect the door. Yeah. Yeah, I think you figure out what the smoke is. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and give me another intelligence roll as you try to figure out what's going on with the door. Okay, a 6 plus 2, so that's an 8. Yeah, that's a reasonable success. So yeah, you've kind of look at the door, figure out what's going on. It seems that yeah, seems like there's some kind of smoke that will, some kind of like chemical reaction that will kind of interact with the door and cause it to open, kind of break a seal that's on it at the moment, I guess. And I think from like, I don't know, from analyzing there's like a certain detail about the smoke, like the way it kind of curls over itself in the design. And like the lines, like, you know, if the lines are drawn very intentionally, and someone else might miss this, but you're like, oh, this is reminiscent of a chemical reaction that like adds heat to the mixture. So like the center rises higher than the center plume rises faster than like the outside bit of smoke. And you're like, huh, okay. You kind of, I think you figure out what chemical mixture you need to like pour together to make this smoke. In your with your alchemical tools. So if you want to do that, feel free to just make me another, I guess, just, I I think you're able to put it together. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's have you do one more roll. What should it be? I think it'll just be intelligence again to get the mixture right. I think that's all. So one more intelligence roll. All right, on 6 plus 2, another 8. So yeah, that'll do it. So you mix it together, and you like bottle this vial. You shake it up, and then you toss it at the ground in front of the door, and like it cracks, and like smoke rolls up, and it seems like it's kind of, again, like the center plume rises faster than the outside. It seems like it's kind of sucked towards the door, and the smoke kind of like fills in some of the lines in the door, and the center seam of the door, and it like starts to open inward, and you are able to step inside. At the same time, the patrols like hear the sound of the bottle cracking, and so you like hear shouting, and you turn and you see like torchlight coming around the corner, and you see 3 thugs with their swords raised, like running towards you. And I will find more music. Not that one. Thugs, no! Terra Battle 1 and 2. Okay, anyway. We're gonna go with a topical. I wish I could, like. I think these are gonna be too intense. I was gonna go with the voices of the live stream from Final Fantasy VII. Do you hide? Do you run? That's a good question. You can take whatever action you would like. You probably. Yeah, it's up to you how you'd like to deal with it. In general, you can tell me what you'd like to do, and I will mostly be able to figure out a role. Can I make something to kill them? Yes, absolutely. You can mix together another something to like throw at them or leave there as a trap, however you'd like to deliver it. So yeah. I'm gonna have you do one more int check to mix together a toxic combination. And tell me how you would like to deliver this to them as well. We're gonna go with the Metroid mix. I know we use it a lot here, but that's okay. Can I make a potion that just puts them to sleep? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So you mix up, thinking quick on your feet. You pull out some vials that are like in your belt. You just ship, pull out a bunch, and you like unstopper one, pour it into this beaker, like stopper it again, unstopper the other, pour it in, mix it up, and then you just like. I think you just toss the mix just in front of them, just like right at their feet, and it explodes, and there's a big puff of like this kind of mist that spreads out in front of them and like at their feet and then like rises upward. And they start to kind of panic, and they're like, no, poison, hold your breath! And they like try to run out of it, but you hear them like stumble and fall before they can get out. And you see their torches stop moving in your fog of sleep. And you are able to enter without being further accosted by these thugs. And assuming you do so, you enter the tower. And like the doors start to close behind you, and I think we see a mural on the other side. The camera's like looking back at you in like the fading light as it closes, and we see just like We see the stairs of the tower on this mural, on this embossed image, and we see like 3 people just asleep on the ground with like a cracked vial next to the stairs. That's what's sitting on the inside mural. And you find yourself in like a hallway. It's like a hallway with like a glass ceiling, and you can see the tower stretching up above you, but you're kind of, you don't think, like the tower didn't have a hallway on the outside. Shrug it off. And you're able to proceed, although along this hallway are several skeletons. Just lying on the ground. As you do when you're a skeleton. Like, one of them seems to be cut in half. Another seems to be like, feels like it had its ribs kind of impacted. Is this an illusion? Let's see. It's just like an informational thing. Go ahead and make a wisdom roll. If you fail this, there won't be any repercussions. It's just a figuring it out thing. You roll an 8. Yeah, as far as you're aware, like, you don't think you're in an illusion. You don't think you're under any kind of like, thought-altering effects. You kind of wonder if the outside was the illusion, or maybe you're not where you once, like, just were. Whatever the case may be, whatever magic is at play here, you're not hallucinating, you're not under any kind of illusion magic, no. I love this soundtrack. So I love Metroid music. Anyway, sorry. Carry on. Yeah, you are in this hallway of slight death, accompanied by 3 skeletons. Inspect the skeletons. Yeah. Are you approaching to inspect? Or are you just trying to check them out from... Okay. So I think you... Alright, yeah, you walk up to one of the skeletons. The first one is the one that has, like, it's got, like, just, like, one of its arms was cut, like, clean off. You see, there's, like, you know, there's the upper arm bone, and it was cut right here, and there's, like, some ribs that were also, like, knocked off. So it's, like, its arm is just severed. You can tell this from, like, the pile of bones, the skeleton being loosely held together. And as you approach, you feel a feeling that, like, maybe you're not new to adventuring. You've probably felt this before. You step on a tile, and it's just goes down just a little bit. You have just a moment to do something about it. Do you try to hop out of the way, or do you just bear it? Do you, like, brace yourself? Hop out of the way? Alright. Yeah, I think, yeah, you push off of this pressure plate and you try to just move out the way. Go ahead and give me a dex roll. Okay, yeah, that's an 8 with your bonus. I don't know if I ever mentioned this. 6s are like soft successes, 9s are kind of hard successes. So like a 6 will succeed on an easy check. A 9 will succeed on a hard check, and like a 6 to an 8 will kind of be like a partial success. So this is kind of the latter situation where you, like, hop out of the way, but I think do I give you a choice? I think your leg is caught as this, it's not even, there's no mechanics here, it's just like this gust of extremely pointed wind, this like very thin jet stream, like shoots up from the floor after you activate this pressure plate, and some of it catches your leg, and I think it's going to like reduce your ability to dodge out of the way of things for a while. So it's gonna like reduce you. You have like -1 dex penalty basically. So I'm going to adjust your stats here if that's all right. For now. And that's like a -1 to the bonus, not to the total stats. I wish I have this right justified on here, but it still like moves to the right when the box gets too big. It's not ideal. Anyway, stop complaining about streamer things. Yeah. Let's see. If you have a bandage or something in your pack, you could use that to patch that up. Otherwise, you can keep going. But it seems you've discovered what caught this other skeleton off guard. And you've mostly managed to get away from it, not entirely unscathed, but you did better than the fellow who came before. And you've got one more skeleton in front of you, the one that had its ribs like impacted. Sorry, 2 more skeletons in front of you. The impacted ribs one is the one closest. All those shape names have a lot of alliteration. Shape names. Oh. I see. Yeah, there's with like the inns and the taverns and stuff. Shop names, yeah. Yeah, Lilting Lawman, Cavil and Caveat. Antler Anvil. I guess there's a lot of that going around, yes. I won't fix it, but can't I inspect the room for further traps as I walk across the hall? Yeah, I think you can. I think you're able to kind of figure out that about where they'll be at the very least. So are you kind of just looking for let's see. Looking for where like the pressure plates are and trying to avoid them? Is that kind of the move here? Gotcha. All right. Yeah, you can do that. I think we'll use wisdom. It'll be like a perception thing rather than a dexterity thing, since. Yeah, we'll do that. So go ahead and give me a wisdom roll. Yeah, 7 + 1. Yeah, 7 + 1 is an 8. Yeah. I think you're able to find the pressure plates and like kind of walk between them for the most part. Since you know where, okay, so I'm gonna ask for a dexterity check again, because you're able to find them, but there's a spot where it's kind of tricky to get through. But since this rolled well, like since it rolled at a, above a 6 but below that 9 level, you'll only have to pass a 6 on the dex roll to like get through the rest of the hall, which isn't too bad at an even dex check. Okay, yeah, you do just fine. You're able to like hop around some of these troublesome pressure points, and yeah. You're not sure what the third trap is. Like second trap, probably a bludgeoning thing of some sort. The second trap, or the third trap, the last trap you avoid, like the body had no visual signs of damage, so you're not sure what happened to them, but you don't have to find out. You get through just fine. You're able to get to the door on the other side of the hallway, and I think... Yeah. Yeah, you're able to get to the door. We'll just leave it there. What would you like to enter the door? Or how would you like to interact with the... How would you like to proceed? Inspect door first. Okay. Give me another... These doors seem rigged. Yeah. Give me a perception check again. Wisdom roll. So that'll be a bonus of 1. Oof. All right. You are not immediately able to discern what's going on with the door, but I will remind you that you have the reroll that Looney bought you, and you're free to use that here, as there aren't that many rolls left in the adventure. Okay. Got you. So you spend a reroll, and yeah, there you go. That's another roll on the wisdom. It's a bonus of +1. Okay, so I think you find some symbols on the door, but you can't quite figure it out. I will let you discern what these symbols are, like what's going on here. Okay, let's describe it first. You see, like, there's some tiles, and there's like a guy. There's one with a guy getting like cut in half. There's one with a guy getting just like hit with a hammer, and then there's one with like a smoke cloud around a guy's head. I'll complain about myself in a moment after we're done with this. Remind me to complain about myself. Smoke cloud on the person's head, yeah. I'll let you, like, if you expend... There's something more there, but you can't quite figure it out. If you expend a use of, like, your bag, like, if you pull an item from your bag to help, I will let you add a +1, so you'll be able to succeed at this roll. Yeah, you pull an item, you pull like a little brush out, a little duster, and you dust away some of the dust and debris, and you see that there's like lines. You can like slide these tiles around, and at this point, if you want to put the tiles, like you can move the tiles and swap them into different slots. And if you want to just tell me the order, that's fine. Or if you want to make an intelligence check, that's also fine. Either of those options are allowed. Also, man, when Chris was doing this, I had a lot more time to like work on stuff. You're pretty fast with your descriptions and how you handle things. Yeah, so you got a 13 with your int, so you're fine. You plop them into, and you're fine. It's not a problem that you respond quickly. Trust me, it's totally okay. I didn't mean for that to sound like a complaint. So yeah, you're able to switch the tiles around, put them in the right order. So like, you know, you determine that it's another mural like the one on the outside describing the situation in here. It's showing like the guy getting cut by the first trap, bashed by the second trap, and poisoned by the third trap that you did not discover. And yeah, you put them in the right order, and the door like seam opens up and you're able to enter. You're able to walk on through, and you enter a room, a much taller room, this one with a spiral staircase in front of you, and you look up, and there's like, you see at the very top of the room, there's like a little sliver from your perspective, a little crescent moon shape at the very top. And would you like to ascend these stairs? This is so good, good timing, good song choice. Metroid mix that goes in a completely predictable order. This is good. I feel like this happened last time too. I feel like Chozo Artifact Temple played it just the perfect time. Yeah, you'll go up the stairs. Hello, the Votu. Welcome. Yeah, we're just finishing up with one actually. Is there anything around you? As you go up the stairs, not really. There's a very ornate design on the railing. It's like buildings of the city make up like the banisters and like the towers of the city and everything. And as you go up, like the banisters turn into like these. It's kind of more of these like celestial winding shapes, and you look up and like the moon is growing your perspective. As you climb these spiral stairs, like more and more of the mural above is revealed, and it's like at the top, it's just a kind of a, turns into a full view of the moon that is like growing brighter as you approach the top. And you come out on top. You emerge at the top of the tower. You are in the open air. You look around and you see the towers of the city below you, the buildings like far below, and you don't think the Tower of the Moon was the tallest building in the city, but there's nothing taller than you now. In addition, it is now nighttime, regardless of what time it was down below. And I think the moon was not in its full phase when you entered the tower, and now it is above you. Like, you look across, there is an altar on the other side of the tower, and above it, like straight above it, is the full moon. And you, yeah. If you would like, you are able to approach the altar. Full moon, yeah. Mystical music queued already. The next one's probably less mystical. It's okay, we'll be the victorious music. Ish. Mysterious, victorious music. So yeah, you approach the altar. As you walk towards the altar, there is a figure, kind of a figure made out of like this silvery light kind of appears off of the tower and steps onto the tower. And by the time you reach the altar, like the figure appears to have taken physical form, and it's just the cloak around them that's kind of this silvery moonlight. And he asks, he says, "You have arrived at the tower, you have solved its mysteries, avoided its traps. Now, what is it you would wish arriving here at the top?" Oh, no problem. Leg, got you. Yeah, he said, you have arrived at the tower, you have beaten the challenges to enter, and passed its traps on the inside. Now, here at the top, what would you wish for? What would you ask of the moon? Yes. You look to the cloaked figure and you say, "I want a waifu. I want my waifu to love me back." And he seems surprised. He thinks a moment, he tilts his head a little, and he's like, "Love is an elusive creature, to be sure." And he nods, and he says, "Very well. Every night, then, look to the moon, pray to the moon for guidance, ask how to arrive at your true love, and it will show you the way. It will find for you the waifu who will truly love you." And then he, like, draws a symbol in the air, and he says, "I'm outside my window praying to the moon now." Says, "Your wish has been granted. Simply follow the wisdom of the moon, and you will arrive at your destination of love." And, yeah, you're able to leave freely. You walk back downstairs. Down the spiral stairway, as you're exiting, there's like a little filter of moonlight as you approach the door, and you walk outside. This time the first door you exit now leads outside. You don't have to go through the trap hallway again. Of all things I could have gotten accomplished in life, I found love. I mean, it's not a trivial thing. That's a worthwhile wish, I would say. Useless shit. Waifu is laifu. Exactly, Dallas. Exactly. All right. Well, thank you for playing. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully that was fun. Yeah. I think these are really fun to run. So thank you. I should have mentioned like at the start. Sorry you kind of had to lead me in every direction. Nah, you were fine. You were great. I didn't have to lead you anywhere. Yeah, that was great. If anyone ever wants to like, I'm kind of guessing the tone people want at the start. So why were you annoyed with the one door part? Why was I annoyed? Was I annoyed? One door part. Oh, with what I fucked up. That's right. So the whole ass thing, it was a really bad puzzle. Let me just spend 5K on the last bit of the stream. It is a common pattern, Dallas. The whole ass puzzle was setting the tiles in the order of the traps, right? And I just read them out in the correct order. It's not good. It's not good. It's not a hard puzzle anyway, but like, come on. Silly. I was silly. Anyway, not a big deal though. Not a big deal. Yeah, that's all good. A better, like, I don't know, at any rate, a better GM would have come up with a better puzzle on the fly than like put the traps of the hallway you just walked through in order. But that's fine. The people's in tavern, home to the laborers and lyrists, and one or two lawmen, sometimes lilting, mostly locals. I forgot where this is. I think this is in the Pikes. Oh. Dang. I'm sorry about that. I need to, like, I don't know. I need to let subs post whatever. My bad. Copy link address. Wanted to share a clip I made. Yeah, yeah, totally. Varys wants waifu lol. Let's go ahead and watch this, shall we? Wild Bold Bork Allen Hoo-hoo. I want a waifu. I want my waifu to love me back. Oh, god damn it. God damn it. I want a waifu. I want my waifu to love me back. I want a waifu. I want my waifu to love me back. Oh, that context. Context removed. All right. That's fine. Don't worry. Check Discord. Oh god, Dallas. Let's see. Did you pin another one? Oh fuck. Shitlords, right? God damn it, you already posted it. That was so fast, Dallas. Damn you. I want a waifu. I want my waifu to love me. Damn it, Dallas. Alright, that's fine. I'm also gonna check what mode is it. Oh. Okay, sorry. Moto was like asking permission to to come watch. You just want your waifu. Is that so wrong? No. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's drop the stat block there. All right. So we're just putting these in the right locations. Lining the locations for the Eden facilities up. And otherwise just hanging out. If anyone has, I don't know, if anyone has questions or anything, let me know. Because I'm not really doing anything too focused right now. It doesn't require too much focus. I'm so mad. All right. Why are players stupid? Well, you see. Well, you see. It's not always that players are stupid. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is that the players have an entire galaxy of possibility in their brain, and plucking the one possibility that you happened to lay out is just an impossible thing among infinite worlds. And sometimes players are just stupid. They ran. Uh-oh. You were telling me not to talk shit about you earlier. Now you're talking shit. Now you're talking shit about your players. I mean, I don't know if they're still here. They might not still be here. So that's fine. I'm out of coffee. They ran towards a pack of wolves. Okay, you can talk shit. I see. That's fair. That's fair. I love this soundtrack. Okay. We're in the middle of the pipes. Yes, the gatehouse, found in the west gate, in the wide stacks. You can't talk shit towards me while they may or may not be in straight. Fair. Fair, that's totally fine. That's acceptable. The bronze table, the Eden chapter of the Bronze Darters, southwest of the council chamber in, on the first hill. Provides, yes, okay, that's fine. Gavelin Caveat, high-end inn near Clock Tower in Clocktown. Antler Anvil, blacksmith specializing in weapons. Thank you, Mr. Streamer, for being best DM in the world. Thank you for putting up with my weird impromptu adventure. I'm glad it was fun. Or I hope it was fun. I'm glad you're thanking me. And yeah, I'm happy to do those. I really enjoy them. I really enjoy mixing in my little bit of Moon Tower lore into the game. I feel like I did a better job of that last time than this time, but that's fine. It's okay. Blacksmith specializing in weapons found in the market in the wide stacks. It's canon. Basically most, yeah. I mean, the thing about the Tower of the Moon is that everything's canon. It doesn't matter. Everything is canon. Because, well, yeah. In one way or another. A smithy partnered with the Blacksmiths Guild. Yeah, found on the main street of the Wide Stacks. Wondries and sundries. That sounds like at the Peaks location. A well-known shop for adventurers and darters specializing in basic adventuring gear from rope to stakes to potions. In the Peaks. For adventurers and darters, yeah, okay. Upriver, Ferry Apothecary. I think that's in the Oxway. Source Librarium. Near side sits on the near side of Hex LL33 in the Word District. I'll just say, AKA the Word. Life's Breath Cathedral and Old Church of Denala now also worshipping the Tree of Life. Outside the Oxway. To the northeast. Seamless Needles. Even Sonus only. Yeah. The Peaks. Even Sonus only. Iron Oak Bank is definitely in Clocktown. Amphitheater Zafira, a large open-roofed theater sitting atop a tall hill, hosts theatrical performances, musical performances, and philosophical discussions. I actually don't think this is in the Gala Grounds. I think it's like... I think this is in Clocktown. No. It'll be in the Peaks. It's not exactly entertainment for the Peaks, but it makes sense, because the Peaks is where all the hills are. Stonebank Wharf. Oh, that's definitely in Oxway. Moorings for ferries and fishing boats. Yeah. Preened Feathers Tailory. I think this is in the Pikes. Okay. All right. Well, that's done. Dallas, I have a question for you if you are still there. Something I wasn't able to kind of determine on my own. I'll ask the question assuming you're there. You haven't answered, do you? Okay, so I have this list of Eden facilities, right? Foundry VTT lets me just drag and drop a journal pin out here, and like you can, you know, double click on it. Players can double click on it to pull up the journal. Should I have a list of facilities specific to each district, or is it more helpful? It is really fucking cool. I don't know if it's really fucking cool for this application. Should I just have a full list of the facilities like I do, or should I have a list of facilities for each district and have them click through them when they're looking around? Like, I kind of think just having the one for the whole town is better than splitting it up. Like, that's going to be more useful to the players. Right? And just, like, telling them where they are. I can do both, but that means when I add a facility, I have to, like... Thought, though. So the main problem with that is that I would have to update each one every time I, like, add new stuff, right? Like, if I add a new facility in the wide stacks, I have to go update it in the wide stacks and then the facilities page. But you can link journal entries. So if I do this, like wide stacks facilities, and I just, let me pull up the Eden facilities, right? Let me just grab the gatehouse. Let me just grab the gatehouse. Copy this in. Hi, Moto. I didn't, yes? What about Persona? Core was definitely trying to push me to play Persona today, earlier. So, are you on that train, or are you just into Persona? So, here we have this, right? Here's the wide stacks facilities thing. And to solve this, can I just edit this, please? Thank you. Sorry, I'm clicking the wrong thing. I would say have one for the citywide with a note on which district they're in. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. The other thing I was going to say is that I can also just make an Eden facilities page and then like save a link to it, right? So I can just like have a journal that has all of the different facilities. But having one for district specific ones, that would be cool, but yeah, it would require more work. Then they can open it up from the link. But I think that it's just the same problem, right? I guess it doesn't actually solve anything. It just makes it easier to click to bring up every single facility. I think having one with a note of where they are makes the most sense. Moto, now that you're here, do you agree that I should just have one list of all of Eden's facilities instead of individual journal entries? Oh my god. Not I'll get the adventure, but man, that objective. How do I get famous DM Varys to play more Persona 5 Royal? I already said that I'm going to be playing it on like Thursday and Saturday, and between those 2 days, I should get ahead of you. But you probably weren't there for that. But just so you know, if you want to run an adventure based on this, that's fine. Redemption trolls get the ban? Wait, what? What is that knife squirrel? Also, I see Moto. Oh, it's from Thugkage? Interesting. That is an interesting persona, Moto. Alright. If you want to run this adventure, for real, with that objective, let me know. You can't ban Carreros, because then Varys won't have something to fear. I probably will still have things to be afraid of. Although that stabby squirrel is pretty frightening. Alright. I'm gonna run to the bathroom again. For the same reason as before. In case, like rib pokes? Yikes. Yikes. Alright. Girl, by the time I'm back, let me know if you actually want that adventure. And if you want that to be the goal. And if it is, then we'll run it. And do your stat rolls and stuff. And let me see. I guess... No, the Tower of the Moon thing won't. Whatever. You kind of know the thing. Unless you figure the nudes and feed pics. Wow. Wow. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I am back. What is going on in chat? What? Sleep photos are the selling point. I know I do God's work. Can we get him to do a slumber party sleep stream? That seems weird, Dallas. Seems weird. That seems like perhaps not my usual content. I read chat, and all I can react with... all I can react with is lol. That's fair. Is this an intermission for Persona? It's not an intermission for Persona. Like I said, Persona 5 will be happening Thursday and probably Saturday. In an effort to get ahead of Core, because probably I'll be streaming 4 to 6 hours of Persona Thursday, and 4 to 6 hours, I'm going to say 4 to 8 hours both days of Persona. And like, Core is probably going to be playing maybe 2 hours of Persona tomorrow? I'm going to guess. And I don't think I'm... The thing is, what's the thing? What is the thing? We can be behind and ahead of each other. True, yeah, right. Because of how Palace's sim stuff works. Yeah, but if I'm just like... If between Thursday and Saturday, I'm just like done with the first month... I don't know, maybe. I think I will be ahead of you in both respects. Because I just feel like I'm going to make more Persona 5 progress than you this week. It's just my assumption, because you'll only be streaming the one day. I can't. I already kind of determined that, like, I probably need more than, like, the 2 hours I was going to play tonight to, like, get ahead of you in the dungeon. Like, I could be wrong, but, like, I wouldn't be able to get ahead enough to watch you tomorrow anyway. So I was like, we're just going to do it Thursday and Saturday. Being behind and ahead of each other is a little gay. That's just, I mean, plus though? I don't know. That sounds fine. This is fine for both Core and myself. I don't know. Not a problem, is what I'm saying. It's fine. I shouldn't speak for Core, I suppose. Moto, the thing I was asking before is, would you prefer the full Eden facilities list that we already had, or would you like one for each district that you would have to click through versus like just seeing the total list? That has to be updated, by the way. This discussion is getting weird. Real fast. Dallas, I think technically I should be obligated to clear that a little bit, but it's... it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. But do you prefer having a single list of facilities to look through, Moto? Or individual lists that you would have to like click to bring up all of them for the different like districts? I assume you like the big list, but I want to just confirm this while you're here. Well, I've got you. Just give me the big list? That's what I thought. Okay. Sorry to sorry to push the issue. Let's delete. How do I just delete a single? There we go. The delete button. Give them both. I don't want to. A significant portion of one of my previous jobs was updating support documentation in 2 places. And it was the stupidest thing. Your delay is significant. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Delay seems like 3 seconds test. I will say I read the delay seems like 3 seconds when test came out. Yeah, it's like 2 seconds? Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. I will say the delay will be higher if you have me under any other quality settings, which are 1080p and auto. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not a partner, and therefore I don't have quality settings. Moving on. Let's see. Sorry, my test was my test for delay. Yeah, I got you. It's like almost a minute? Almost a minute? I don't think that's true, Moto. At least he reads chat with less than a minute delay. Hearing different things, Moto. Those two statements are pretty opposed. Whoa. It is a little bit shots fired there. I don't even think Dallas, have you watched Core's stream? I don't think that was even intentionally shots fired. It wasn't until now. Like, I don't think Dallas has hung out in your stream. Maybe that fixed it. Maybe. That could be. Listen, it wasn't until now. Yeah. But, so, like... So is it shots fired because you were called out for it? Or is it shots fired because I'm still waiting for my music request and it's been a month plus? Oh. I see. I don't mean to start a whole thing, guys. Okay. So, Core, I'm gonna, like... I even donated bits? Oh, wow. I didn't even know. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. Just making sure that you're... Okay, yeah. It's fine. Everything's fine. Still, Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just... Wait, wrong stream, I did that before, but the point still stands. Lol. Can I do this without... Oh, no, I can't. Okay, anyway, moving on. Sorry. Core, how do you give Nightbot a sub? Not that it's dire for right now. Also, more important question. Core, do you want this adventure thing? Or like, if you actually want this adventure, do a stat roll. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and, like, refund it. Because I kind of think it was a meme adventure request. But yeah, I just like having a big list of things rather than something more compartmentalized. Fair. Mark is complete. Mark is complete. And rejected, Core. Get your points back. You mean a troll redeem? Yeah, exactly. Need to relook into it? Yeah, I'll Google it, like, after a stream. It's a perma gift sub thing. Okay. Alright. Fair. Because... I want to, like... I want to be able to have commands that have my emotes in it, obviously. But you only get, like, one at the start? That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to give it to anything but Nightbot. As much as some of my friends would probably appreciate it. Why do I have an Oprah Winfrey emote? That is from Core's sub. You also have things like Core Load, which is, like, one of my favorite emotes. And Core Panic, which is, like, one of my favorite emotes. Core Cringe is a classic. Core Cringe with a... Hold on, let me, I gotta do something. Like, yeah, Core Cringe is a classic, but have you seen Core Cringe with glasses? Because if you haven't... It's kind of my favorite thing ever. Yeah, you get like 3 total, which is just a small amount that it gets really awkward allocating those to personal friends. Yeah, I'm just not gonna, like, give it to people, I guess, you know? Oh, yeah, you have to, like, go... Motor, you have to go into, like, their chat and, like, spend channel points to customize them. I need to watch the stream more so that I can catch a gift sub. Yeah, some nights you're almost guaranteed to get one. It's true. Core bean brightens my day the most, but core load feels like it explains the stream the most. Yeah, I got a shout out. I was hanging out in Tatty Cake's stream, and she like full on like stopped stream to like call out that I was there and to like tell the group I was there and like give me a shout out. And I spammed core load a little bit. Okay, but look at that 3-second delay though. Swaggin'. Agree, Dallas. Agree. Thank you. We have fallen off the map on the D&D progress a little bit. That's fine. It's okay. I'm not actually worried. I just wanted to call into the fact that I cannot multitask. Yeah, I don't know why you were so far behind. Sometimes you just get put on a bad like CDN, bad like proxy, I guess we'll call it, and like you're just super delayed. Especially on mobile. You'll get on like a low priority CDN. CDN is not a big word. It's a 3-character word. It's quite the opposite. It might stand for something that's nearly 20 characters, but that's not the point. A little emotional right now? Oh yeah? From... Not to laugh if it's serious, but... I'm sorry if, stream is tilting in any way. Just watch Shameless? Oh yeah. You told me about that last night. And I... didn't get back to you, I'm sorry. I don't know what Shameless is about, even remotely. Ian and Mickey. From 2011, single father who spends much of his free time drinking at bars. Okay, the Gallagher children, led by the oldest daughter Fiona, takes the child rearing responsibility due to her mother's absence. Of 6, single father of 6. I didn't see that. Okay. Huh. I see. Ish. Got you. Probably it would make me emotional too, I think. Depending. What is it, like sad emotional? Is it like the I tend to get overwhelmed by like tension relief more than I do by like sad things. So if it's on the sad end, I probably wouldn't be that emotional. If it's like the tension relief at the end of a high build, then I would probably lose it a little bit. I don't know, I'm just old and emotional now. It's true that I'm more affected by things as I age. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. But the spell templates in here are neat. Circle templates and cone templates and stuff. Not relevant to anything we're talking about or doing, but I accidentally clicked on them, so I might as well call out that they're heckin' neat. So I should turn a bunch of these off of navigation. That's what I should do. Burning Man, you guys don't... Yeah, let's... Yeah, cool. That just, like, pulls them off. That's fine. We don't need Orlane. We don't need LeGrassel's farm. I probably need to delete this one. I do. How big is your spell? 30-foot burst? Yeah? Yeah. You can't just ask someone how big their spell is. I mean, I feel like if you're a GM, you get to. You know? Like, if there's anyone that's allowed that invasion of privacy. Alright, let's find El Grassel's farm in the maps list. Hopefully I don't have any, spoilers in the map names. It's fine if I do, I guess. I want to keep Orlane. Oh, I need to delete the fort. This is kind of a problem. That, like, I can't buy in a digital format other than pirating off Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds. I can't buy this, like, fort that is, like, canon used in our game already. But that's fine. Time to delete. How do I delete it, actually? Okay, there we go. It's just delayed. Ugh. It's a bit of a longer delay when using Forge VTT, like the private server, for, like, deleting files local to the server. Like, the right clicks on some of these are very slow. I literally can just remake the fort. Yeah, there is that. For now, though, I will delete it off the server. I will go through and it'll be real good stream content. Just gonna delete all the pirated stuff that I'm not supposed to have. Slowly, apparently. Anti-pirating stream? Yeah. The mine, I think, is okay. Maybe? Council of Stars is almost definitely not. I think the mine is from somewhere else. I'll go look later. Dallas, I don't think I heard too much about how your session went. It sounded like it went good. Would you like to elaborate at all, other than, like, your players ran at wolves? Slash, has anyone else been playing any games, Pathfinder or Dungeons and Dragons or otherwise, that they'd like to talk about? Any campaigns? It's a bit of a lot to type out while I eat. Fair. I won't make you do that. If you want to give me a recap, you don't have to... If it's a lot to type out, we'll probably talk about it on Discord in like an hour, so... My D&D game was tonight. My paladin got a brain. That's nice. I like when players get a brain, you know? Bandit Cave is good. Ghastly Knights are good. Burning Man is fine. Shadowhold needs to go. She finally learned. I'm glad. It's nice when players get their mechanics, you know? What the? Oh, I was like, there's a lot more maps than that. Don't do that to me. J Stonehaven, I think, is another one. I'll just pull... If there's any of these that I accidentally delete that are, like, not... Like, I'll have them somewhere if they're not part of the tactical maps pack. Let's look at... can I edit these without... Like, do I have to add them to navigation to edit them? I do, don't I? What the? Okay. It was already up there. 3 Grave Road. This here looks like one of the ones... It is. Oh no, there are probably tokens that I'm supposed to delete too. It's fine. Oh. Moto, was there anything you wanted to talk about, like, before tomorrow's session? I know we kind of said there was a lot we could talk about. Since this is technically a prep stream, we can take the time to do it now if you want. If you want to do it in front of 10-ish people. Uh-oh. Is that a yes? Or a... Okay, that's definitely a... El Hexholm is off the list. 4 is the same style. Yeah, we talked about the possibility of, yeah, Solus staying with Salamander. And I talked about that in the recap, and wanted to keep it organic? Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine as well. I talked about it in the recap, but I was like, I'm not sure where it might go, so we'll leave it, yeah. I think I said the same thing, like, we'll just kind of see where it leads during the session. We're getting closer. Getting towards the bottom of the list, anyway. I think the random battles might be fine? I don't know, man. We'll have to go look. I feel like this is a lot. I feel like I'm missing... Oh, they're in archive. They're in a folder. Okay. Oh, Tallow-Town's getting deleted. Tallow-Town we've used for some serious testing. Let's look at the random battles. Let's make sure. Let's go to Roll20. Here? Oh. Marketplace your purchases. Crystal Caves, yeah. Is it just called, it's not called Random Battles. Great, all right. Well, if it's in, it'll be in the Tactical Maps Reincarnated. If it's one of the ones I gotta drop, I think the mines were from Quick Encounters Actual Dungeons. I don't know. I think that there was something you were supposed to tell me. Okay. But I can't remember what it was about. Yeah, there's kind of a cold open situation tomorrow. Prison mine. That's the one that... Okay, yeah. So the mine is fine. Yeah, I don't remember if there was something else I wanted to tell you. Two items included. Trying to remember. Wow, remember the circumstances. Fair. Okay. If you do, let me know. Wow, there's a pack called Big Rick Energy. That's the Rick and Morty Adventures. All right, not really. That sure exists. Adventure Atlas? That might be it. Because I think I made a check of some kind and you were like, instead of slowing the game down to talk to you at the end of the session, we're going to do this later. But we never actually do it. Shit. Okay. Can I... Let's see. Okay. Okay. Ignore some of this while I go to a different page. Moto? There we go. All right. Let's see. Because the last thing, I guess, yeah, we were testing your... You were testing some bow stuff here, looks like. And then... Sonus made a roll? Occultism? Ludwig made an occultism roll? I don't remember what that was about. Oh, it's about the stuff on, like, the... Like, the pedestal? And how it works? Oh, was that it? Was that we were talking about the, okay. Can I join as a... Rejoin as a player? Yeah. Let's do that. See if it'll show me the map without the GM layer. Or if I'm just not gonna see any tokens. Dang it. Alright, rejoin as GM. I will give myself some permissions. So, let's see. So we went over how he needs to stand on the pedestal to, like, activate all of the different pillars. Make a token you can see and control, then go into GM layer? Yeah. I thought I might have already given myself permission over some tokens. But that's what I'm doing now. Let's just do it from... I think if I give this control, if I give myself control, it should be fine. I'll also do so for Eve's. I'm just gonna go stare at it and see if I can figure out what I was gonna tell you. And I think part of it was I wasn't 100%... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, okay, there. I can see now. Wonderful. Wonderful. I loaded as black, and I was like, it's not going to work. So, yeah. Once the map loads. So... what you know. Salamander needs to stand on this thing to, like, activate the different pillars. So he'll probably be, like... hesitant to move. Also make sure those tokens have dark vision so they can see when you test. Yeah, I can see enough here. Like, this is all you need to look at. What did you roll exactly? You didn't roll particularly high on, oh, like, Arcana, did you? No, you rolled super high. You rolled super high. So, tell me which pillars' abilities you want to know about, and I'll tell you two of them, two of the abilities. They activate in kind of a clockwise fashion. And we already kind of saw what this one does, but if you want more details, let me know. Southwest? Okay. That is the one that opens a portal. It summons 1d8 elementals. I don't have their stats here. No stop? Okay. All right. Fair. Southeast. Okay. Southeast is... it's like a line of fire. A like... it will summon... it's really just a line of fire damage. It's like a flaming bull erupts from either the tower or Salamander's location and damages everyone in a line. Dealing the same damage as a fireball. 6d6. Let me just... I'm going to pull up a window over here so I can see if it's just you get hit. There's probably like a reflex save or maybe an attack roll. Yeah, while I'm looking up the details for that, you have one more pillar you can select between northwest and northeast. No. We're gonna hear this Pokemon Jazz Orchestra. Northwest. Okay. Northwest is it will summon a wall of fire directly around Salamander. Just like, basically it's the same as the circle of the pedestal. Like, feeds... yeah, basically this pillar will summon a circle of fire here. And, like, anyone standing... I guess not really anyone standing. If you happen to be standing on the pedestal, like, ouch, you're gonna get blasted by fire. But if you attack through it, you are also going to have to make a reflex save or get blasted by fire. So the reflex save is 46. So if you move through it, you take 46. And if you're attacking through it, you get a reflex save, and otherwise you take 46. And Salamander is concealed. So there's like it's either a 1 in 4 or a 50% chance to miss, whether you're making a melee attack or a ranged attack. It only lasts 1 round. 1 in 5? 1 in 5? Okay. Yeah, because it's like 1 through 4 is a miss, 5 and above. Yeah, you're right. Oh, 1 out of 6 for range? Really? Okay, I didn't know it was different. Okay. I'll make sure to actually look up the rules for that. But yeah, he's got concealed while he's inside. And then like all the fire stuff. So yeah. Well, Whirling Scars has +1 for range. I see. Yeah, the bull is... Yeah. 120-foot line of fire. It has a 22 basic reflex save. And it deals 66 damage. Yeah, it's a bull. It's a flaming bull rampages in a line. And you're able to dodge out the way or not. It's fucking bullshit. Fair. No, what's bullshit is... I should, like, wait for that. Seems hot. +16 on his worst save. True. Thank you for that follow. Wow, that's a hard name to pronounce. And, wow, 2 follows. Double follows. Thanks, guys. Preston Alfredo and... Fozzie? Sure. Fozzie, sure. I'm sorry if that's way wrong and you have an idea of how to pronounce it. If you do, feel free to let me know. You're lucky he has to make saves, Moto. Your GM is a pushover. Yeah, Cam is here. Cam pushes for saveless spell effects. And so far, the only such effect has been given to the players. It was the like, tincture of love. Wow, what's with these follows all of a sudden? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ali Kakamu. No. See, you gave them a save, but don't tell them the modifier. No save is wild. Dallas. Oh, well, alright, thanks for the follow, and I'm sorry. I'm just gonna, like, it's not cool. We're gonna give you a timeout. Not cool with that kind of humor. Just let you know. If you want to try again in 10 minutes, you're welcome to. Otherwise, thank you for the pointless follow. That's fine. Oh boy. All right, it's fine. Goodbye, guys. I mean, thank you, Cam. Like, technically, I'm not gonna ban anyone for their political views. However, you sure seem to be swinging in with a bad crowd. That's all I'm gonna say. So if, feel free to PM me if you feel you were banned in error, and we can have a little chat and see how bad faith you actually are. Otherwise, catch you later. So yeah, I think that's about it, Moto, on like the spell effects stuff. The other thing, my DM has been a pushover, you're right, Cam. Have I been? But now he is not. Cam's been working on me. I'd like to... I'm curious of the places where you think I've been a pushover. I would not hate to get that feedback. He's just an over. I guess the other thing I'll say that's it. That's fine. I think also we roll high. Yeah, when you don't roll high, you spend a hero point and you get a crit. So, you know, it's like kind of hard to fuck you guys up, really. Y'all roll real well, one way or another. Hero points have been vastly in your favor. Although Cam called me out for letting you guys cheat with them at the end of a session once. Because I let Ludwig roll twice with them once, twice in a row on the same roll, which isn't technically allowed, but he was using them on a roll that I knew wasn't gonna matter. So I was like, it's fine. And maybe in general I should just be like, you don't get to re-roll, but it doesn't matter, instead of like breaking the mechanics. At least your players use them. True. I'm glad they use them, because one day, someone's gonna be knocked down without one. One day. Speaking of getting knocked down. Curious where that's leading. Curious. We're done with that. Okay. Back to deleting. Oh, I didn't find out if these, is this D&D or something else? This is like, it's gotten a little confused. So we ran like a... Mostly we're just checking out Foundry, which is a virtual tabletop similar to Roll20. And I'm deleting some maps that I imported from Roll20 because technically it's piracy to have them downloaded digitally, because licensing. So, yeah, Foundry's great. I am in love with Foundry, and I'm like a big proponent of Roll20. So I don't know. I'm gonna continue to use them both, and I'm probably gonna continue to buy tiles and stuff on Roll20 because their market is great. But I am impressed with Foundry, and my players are also impressed with Foundry. Do all of your players have to buy Foundry? No, only the DM has to buy it. And the players can join for free. They can connect in a browser interface, much like this one I'm on right now. And yeah, it is a little pricey to start out with. It's $50 off the top for the GM. So I will warn you of that, but I think it's worth the price. Like Roll20, you break even with Roll20's like highest tier of subscription at 5 months. So I think that's worth. Where was I going? Here. I was trying to find the random battle maps. Wilderness maps, maybe? I think? Oh, it's not going to tell me. Tactical maps, Adventure Atlas? Oh, no. What specifically pushed you over from Roll20 to Foundry? Mostly my players. I checked it out, and I was like, I like this, but I think it would be hard to switch over right now. And then my players were like, no, please switch over. At least Moto in particular, who's here right now. And the other ones were like, yeah, this is pretty cool. So there was that. That was kind of the biggest thing. I'm just gonna delete the random maps. I don't think they're allowed to be here. And if they are, I'll have them I'll have them saved somewhere. So yeah, that was kind of the big thing, was my players liked the presentation a lot more. Like, it just looks newer and cleaner in a lot of ways. It also just like moves around slicker. Like, it takes less time to load between maps, really. Although, you know, that one took a minute. Once it's like cached, it doesn't take much time, and it's a little less clunky when you're loading a brand new map as well. Other things are the line of sight stuff. The vision stuff is a little more intricate. You have like, you know, in Roll20 you have one type of line of sight blocker. In Foundry you have like doors, which are neat. Let me see if I still have doors in any of these. Yeah, you have doors that you can open and close. So like if there's a tile here, if there's a player here, they can like open this door and they'll get line of sight. Like, grants line of sight through the wall when it's open, blocks it when it's closed. The GM can also lock the doors so players can't open them. So that's neat. You have, like, what are they called? You have, like, terrain walls where, I don't know if you've ever tried to make line of sight blockers over, like, a tent. A terrain wall basically lets you, like, outline the terrain, and you can see through one of the walls, but not two of them. So, like, if you outline a tent, you'll be able to see that it's a tent there, but you won't be able to see through the tent to the other side. You can just see what's blocking your sight, basically. You can, like, put it around buildings, and yeah, it's a little more convenient than, like, having to do the X thing to, like, block sight but give a hint of what's there. You have, like, walls that don't block movement but do block line of sight, walls that don't block line of sight but do block movement, and I think that's it. I think that's really all the varieties. So there's a lot of support there. And then you have, like, sound sources that emit music or sound or whatever you want, similar to the way a light source might emit light. So it's, like, blocked by walls, goes out to a certain radius, you enter the radius and it starts to fade in, you leave the radius, it goes away. So, like, yeah, localized sounds. What else? Players can move between maps on their own. Let me just, how do I get here as a, the proximity sound stuff is incredible. I'm pretty impressed with it. I would recommend going to, if you go to Foundry VTT, they have a demo you can access. Go to web demo up here, and then you just, like, you select a player, not a game master, you can't do that, but select one of the players and you enter your key, which is Foundry. Just enter Foundry, and then you can, like, pop in and check it out a little bit. So, like, you'll see here, I as a player can move between scenes however I want and, like, move around them. So I have access to multiple scenes at the same time. I can, like, open doors. Sometimes the demo gets, like, a version behind and doesn't, like, you know, it's a beta software until next month, so some stuff still doesn't, like, work perfectly on the demo all the time. But I'm migrating my group from pencil and paper to Roll20. I feel there's a risk of turning a good role-playing game into a bad video game. I think there's a risk of it, yeah. I haven't had too much trouble with it with my group. I mean, I've been playing online, like, my entire role-playing game career, so there is that. I'm, like, pretty used to it. I'm used to the things that, like, kind of work and don't work. In general, I wouldn't worry about it too much, you know? It's still... Oh, someone else is moving Brina around, I see. Oh, the light is just, like, generally much softer than Roll20. I like how it generates light. You can do, like, colored lights and stuff. It's very cool. It's basically a rougher version... How to put this? It's like... It's a more agile version of Roll20 that has, like, better presentation, but it has, like, some more bugs to iron out. So, like, even though I think the presentation is better, like, it's got a few more kinks than Roll20, I would say. But Roll20 has kinks in it too, so they're just in different places. Yeah. Roll20 UI and UX is bad. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like several people I've talked to have said basically that same phrase. Like the and everything. Roll20 is bad. Wow, Cam. It's not bad. Roll20 isn't bad. It does a great job at what it does. And it's very, like, it's extremely accessible. Alright, haters. Is a bad sounds like Nathan? It does sound a little like Nathan. I've also started using D&D Beyond, and it's incredible. Foundry has D&D Beyond integration through one of the modules. I haven't tested it yet, but people seem to love it. Roll20 doesn't? I think doesn't is a fair phrase. Okay, but what if you're outdated? If you're out, I think it's a universal truth that if you are outdated, then outdated software works worse for you. Because outdated software is almost always less user-friendly and less intuitive. It's a lumbering abomination that only survives on the fumes of its pioneering days. I am TBH, but I know when to quit. Roll20 doesn't. Wow. I don't know, man. I still like it more than Fantasy Grounds. But I just think Foundry kicks them both. Kicks them both! Oh my god. Dallas. There is that, Dallas. There is always that, according to... I'm not gonna call anyone out. It's fine. I haven't used Fantasy Grounds, so I will say that that is an unconfirmed bias. So... yeah, according to bad sources. According to people who would probably tell you that you're being too sensitive about a lot of other things. Yep. I don't think, let's see. Let me pause the music. Fantasy Grounds is very good because everyone supports it. There is that. Support is nice. The nice thing about Foundry is that it's got, like, community support. So, like, if people need something, a lot of times someone will, like, someone with the problem will be able to code, and they'll code a solution. But it's very bad because it's complicated. Got you. Roll20 seems like a great... not Roll20. Foundry seems like a great kind of middle ground. Where, like, it's pretty user-friendly, pretty intuitive. But it's very extensible and can have those advanced tools included. Like D&D Beyond support, or like the tile browser, or all sorts of other things that have like modded in. You don't need to wait for someone to like make an official module for something. Someone can just go code it. It's great. Just to show off like the proximity sound stuff, we'll hope that this is working on the demo. You know who else is user-friendly and has many helpful tools? Who's that, Dallas? That's loud as fuck. Thank you. Thank you for linking. That's a very good Twitch streamer. Thank you for linking them and giving them a plug. I do have many helpful tools, by the way. I tool the shit out of my D&D. Yeah, this is the line of sight sound emission thing. You like, you know, it's being emitted somewhere in here. It's a little off in this scene, because like you jump in a line of sight and suddenly it's loud. But yeah, you like walk towards the middle and it fades in. Part of the problem is my browser is like up a lot right now because of the way I do stream sound balancing. And like there's no, you know, let me see. You know, I can turn down the ambiance. What's this look like over in the sound volume? We'll leave it here. That's fine. It's not as loud for you guys as it is for me. So as you're like walking to the edge, it fades out again. The music is very, yeah. Yes? Question? Yeah, why not? Music's fine. Service is good tavern music. I like don't have permission to close doors, and it's kind of weirding me out. But yeah, it's so quiet out here. The fading music is awesome. I'm such a fan of this. Like the fading sound sources. Yeah, anyway. So, I dig it. I dig it. Yeah. Close the demo. Yeah. I don't know if you have any more questions or if that answered them for the most part, but I'm happy to like take a look at anything else you might want to see or have questions about. I can like put together some demo stuff pretty quick. And I'm gonna turn my music back on. And let's check out the folder of archive stuff too. Oh wow, this is gonna have some old stuff. Forest encampment is fine. Random battle swamp is not. Golden Grain Inn is fine. Boat is fine. Ice Flows probably is not. Yeah. I'm a little confused. Is this still in the folder? Because some of these maps are duplicated, if so. Holy, my stream preview. I think... Moto, I think I'm there with you with, like, my... my stream preview seems to be very far behind. Oh. So, and it's been on, like, the whole time, you know? So I think I'm having some of that hyper delay that you had. Yeah, mostly gone now. Right, I think the refresh probably helps. I would refresh, however, I feel like that would like clear chat, and I don't want to clear chat. That's what it comes down to. So I'm just gonna keep ignoring the stream preview over there. Okay, yeah, there's just not like a clear defining line where like the folder ends. That's what's going on with the archive scenes. Okay, so that cleans up the maps up here a bunch. I think we can untoggle Brining's unit here, maybe? You get your Senate approved stimulus check? I'm not sure. I haven't checked my bank account. Mine I can close. Bandit Cave. We'll leave these up for now. Let's see. So I'm done cleaning up those maps, I guess. I don't know if there's much else to take care of right now. Oh, I did, my friend got his and bought a Switch. That's fair. I have another friend who's planning on buying a Switch and Animal Crossing with theirs. I will give an update on, like, the card macro for, like, rolling encounters. I didn't really find a good way to put buttons in chat. I still know it's possible. Like, I don't know, do I need to pull up Roll20 to give another example of this? Why not, why not? You guys might remember this macro I was trying to recreate. Do like a, yeah, just for like rolling for enemies. I have a thing that I click and it brings up a menu. It tells me like if I'm rolling for a, oh, I should show the world map while I'm doing this, right? So I click my like encounter check to roll a random encounter, and I get a menu that prints to chat, and it tells me whether I'm rolling like the whole encounter or a local one. It'll say global or local, and then I click which button matches with the party's current location. Like if they're in the forest, I'll click this and it will roll a forest monster, like a Shambler, which happens to be a level 6 monster. And I was trying to recreate this in Foundry, because like kind of the biggest problem with moving over has been redoing my macros. And I just don't have a good way to put a button in chat. And I spent like another 3 hours trying to figure it out. And yeah, I just couldn't come up with a good way to get the button to work. I was able to make a button eventually, but it kind of didn't do anything. So I need to hook up like deeper in the system to make it work, and I'm not sure I'm gonna bother. Not sure I'm gonna bother. I might just have a, like, you have multiple macro menus, and I might just make like menu 5 or something, like my encounter check. Just have Roll20 open. There is that. But what I might actually do is just have like 5 be my overland travel macro bar, and then like it'll have the, you know, like the watch check, the NPC check, all the stuff we made before, and then it'll just have a thing that rolls on the different tables. Can you name the bars? I don't think so. That would be great, but I don't think so. Not as far as I'm aware, so I just need to kind of know that, like, number one was, number one is standard macros? I don't know, question mark? All the macros? Usual macros? Default play macros, and then 5 is, like, overland travel. And, like, 2 will probably be combat or something. I guess you could, like, name it different too, right? Yeah, like the macros themselves? Yeah. Yeah, have, like, you know. And you can do different icons to make it obvious. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So, like, you know. Eventually I could import, like, custom icons for them if I wanted, but here I know, like, this is my NPC generator, the weird hood thing. I know that this is, like, the watch check, because it's got an eyeball. This is, like, my known NPC generator. It's because it's got a picture of a person. But yeah. So not too bad, but I can't recreate that macro in its full form as it was in Roll20. To be fair, you also can't do that in Roll20 by default. That's using a custom script that, like, I borrowed, that I installed from someone else. So. Like, it probably wouldn't take that much for someone to add the same kind of stuff for Foundry, where you can, like, make your own menu commands pretty easily, or chat menus. So. Maybe I will be that person, but probably not. But it's possible. That sounds like UX design stuff? Yeah, it's not exactly... Yeah. Yeah. It's, the work would be a little dry, because you'd be making, like, a button, and a command to add a button, and a command to connect the button to the renderer, and to, like, hook up the shortcut to a certain ID, and pop a specific macro or table. It's, I don't know. Like I said, it'd be dry. It'd be pretty dry. But I think I'm mostly I'm all set. I don't need to do anything for tomorrow. I don't really know what else I need to do to get ready to move the group from Roll20 to Foundry. Like, I'm sure once we start playing, I'll think of a bunch of things, but might as well have the streams about those things then, you know? It'll just be part of the weekly D&D stuff. Yeah. Teach them Foundry. Yeah, teach the players Foundry is definitely the next kind of step, which will also happen way more when we're playing. We spent a night doing it last week, because our game got moved. So we spent Wednesday night checking out Foundry, and now I need to get Eve, I need to get Gino in to catch up, essentially. So that's kind of the next step. But we just need to get in there and use it and figure out what's missing. I need to figure out what's frustrating me, you know, what I miss from Roll20, and then I'll try to recreate it. But I think I'm as prepared as I'm going to be for the most part. And really, we have birds flying on the world map, so what else do you need, you know? So, I am going to miss that macro. It's so slick. I was so proud of that when I put it together. Oh, a double bird. Oh, he gonna fly off the map. It is a huge bird. He's at least 3 miles across. Probably 5. Anyway. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. If anyone has any last minute questions, we can handle them. Otherwise, I'm just gonna find... I'm probably gonna find a... We'll see if any friends are on first. Kage's on, but I feel a little low viewer count. Oh. Who hangs out? Who likes Valorant? Who's been playing Valorant lately? We could, holy heck, Mayuki has 68 viewers. Usually they have like 2 when I raid. So that's neat. Sweats nervously. Valorant Pogjam? Yeah, I might, Beansprout is playing Valorant. Might go raid there. I like Beansprout. Beansprout's fun. Yeah. I think that's a little do. Let me just take a brief look at my friends in the Pathfinder section. Let's see if anyone... I think I follow everyone I know in the Pathfinder section, but... not too many on... If Bean wasn't on, I'd probably... Oh, those are past videos. Is there actually no one on? Wow, there's actually no Pathfinder on. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll raid a Bean Sprout and watch some Valorant. So, yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. I will catch you guys tomorrow for the usual Pathfinder actual play stream that is happening. Our session stream happens Wednesdays at about 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm getting the times more memorized. There are timers for that in the stream description down below that I'm going to send you away from in a short number of seconds. And then, yeah, I think on like Thursday and Saturday, which doesn't match my timers in the stream description, I'll be playing Persona 5 Royal. So come hang out for that. And other than that, I will catch you guys later. Have a good night. And Dallas, I will talk to you in Discord in a moment to get the recap of your session, if you're around and able to hang out for a bit. So have a good night, everyone. I didn't join Bean Sprout's stream. That was a bad...
No, I'm gonna die, Varys. Varys, you can't do this. Not now.